Aries, and welcome back to your reading. I'm Natalie, and I'm an artist and a tarot card practitioner living in Vienna, Austria. Welcome to the Moon Shadow Garden. So, this is your reading for Leo season. Sorry if I'm squinting my eyes, but the sun just came out and it's kind of bright. Your general message, Aries. You're the trailblazer, and you need to watch out that you don't overdo it in Leo season. Since this is such an inspiring season to you, or I wouldn't say inspiring, but it gives you so much energy that you feel like you could do everything. But on the other hand, you're really prone to have accidents because you become unfocused. Cancer season has been, well, it's okay. Hasn't been your best month, I feel. When I feel into your situation, it's a bit empty. There's not too much going on emotional wise. Kind of blank, kind of bleak. So let's see what's in the cards for you. We're starting out with the Devil card. Interesting. So this is why it's kind of bland and it's kind of bleak. There's so much on top. What's on top here is a bit of a disappointment. That's it. That's all that's to life. I feel like in your childhood you felt like life was such a magical thing, and now it's kind of filled with obstacles, needing to make money, filled with a lot of obligations, kids, marriage, building houses or building a house, renting. It's all very uninspiring to you. It feels so mundane. It feels so average. You feel tied down. Now I get the image. You feel tied down. You feel weighed down by all the obligations and the way it feels to you. But then you find your groove again. So it would be surprising, Aries, if you were just somebody who lets themselves get depressed and down. That's not your way of dealing with things. That's not who you are. And you're being very good at pulling yourself out of the rut, out of the negative. I feel like I have to switch places. It's just fully overblown here. I'm sorry. Wait a second. Okay, this feels a bit better. So you're not somebody who lets yourself get depressed and down, and you don't like to, like classical fire sign, you don't like to dwell on the negative too long. On the contrary, you like to be balanced and you like to fight for your own emotional balance. Aries, I feel like since you're very much the trailblazer, Cancer season has left you with a bit of a better knowing about how your own emotions work. And now you're being able to put it into action here in Leo season. And the way this works is on a very big scale. The Wheel of Fortune here really, it feels like everything comes together. Whatever you practiced and whatever insights you had in the last recent months, within August, it will all come together like a beautiful bouquet of flowers, where the flowers are like the little insights that all together bring you into a new way of thinking about things and reacting to things. You really can be proud of yourself. You've changed a lot and your patience has grown, which is a hard thing for Aries because you are very much of get it done quickly. And yet, you have to watch that your own ego doesn't become huge. I feel like this will make you unfocused. If you feel like, well, you've managed that now, that's done, I got this. You might be prone to stumbling and to, needing to repeat some lessons if you put yourself above others and use your new insights against others. That's something where you have to be aware that your ego functions in a way of like, I'm better than them. I'm better than that person. I'm safe now. I'm better. Maybe that could come across as a little bit of arrogance, but you're still very content. So if you watch out that your ego doesn't get too big, you can really enjoy your insights and the fulfillment that you have. But I feel there is a bit of a smugness around you and your achievements. Watch out for that. But everything is very happy in general. So as long as you don't compare yourself, even if your position is better, as long as you focus on your family, on your soul tribe, as long as you really enjoy without comparing, you're fine. You're good. So comparing yourself and putting yourself up on a pedestal. No, but being present and just relishing in August. And it's the most energetic month, so making a lot of it, going on a family vacation, really, or building that gazebo, building that, I don't know, maybe something for your kids, a slide in the garden, or some other creative project. Do something. If you have children, do something with them that involves you both being creative and building something together. And if you build something together, make sure that you plan it out well, that you plan it in the way that is manageable to you. This doesn't need to be a kid's project, but whatever project you build, whatever you're supposed to, let's say you're on vacation, and for the vacation you have, I don't know, something you want to build around the house or repair. Make sure that it's manageable, that your projects aren't too many, but it's more like 1 or 2 or 3, and keep them manageable, keep them small. Don't start too many things. It's better to start one thing and do it well, better than starting 10 things and like being completely overwhelmed, not getting anything done. Because if you don't get anything done, you become frustrated. Yes, there's the temperance card, just to be clear about that. Don't start too many projects. Better slow and steady and finish it. Don't expect too much from yourself or others. Keep it small, keep it manageable. Because if you don't keep it small and manageable, it might be a bit icky. You have the tendency to overwork yourself. Then you're like 1 week full of action, next week you hurt yourself, you become sick. Yeah, something happens, like you sprain something, and then you can't work on anymore. Slow and steady, slow and steady, slow and steady. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want anybody else to get hurt. But I feel like this is you. This could easily be you. So if you have back problems, joint problems, feel like this is something with hands, you hurt your fingers, watch out for your hands. And as we stopped with this card, the camera overheated. If that isn't a sign that you are prone to overheat, manage your time and your energy as well. Manage your resources. Yes. We return from the Page of Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles. If you've fallen off your horse, and if indeed you manage to kind of overheat yourself, it's time to get back on the horse again. That whatever you started needs to be finished. It needs to be finished quickly before everything else kind of overrides it. And yes, you will have the energy for that. It will be provided. Maybe see that before that you manage to schedule in some free time so you don't have to fall off that horse necessarily. Yum, 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 yum. Some people are not happy that you're not offering them the time that they want you to spend with them because you're focusing so much on this here, and there will be some kind of upset feelings about that from others. But you can't help it. I feel like there's a bigger call to really finish whatever you started, bring that to the end so that you can move on from whatever it is that keeps holding you back. You can't save everybody, you can't please everybody. It's just going to happen. So in Virgo season, there will be even more demands towards you. But for now, it's enough to just say, hey, I'm sorry, I have my hands full. I can't do that right now, but I still love you, but I don't have the time at the moment. And if they still are upset with you, don't take it personally. Okay, Aries, fun reading. Let's look at the cards as I see them. Okay, Aries, here we are back again as I see the cards. Overall, this is a very interesting time for you. Though it may start out a little bit harsh, a little bit harder, because you feel tied down by all the obligations and you really don't like to miss out on your fiery freedom. But the thing is, this is not all and everything that the season has to give to you. I get the feeling like, you're missing a bit of your freedom. You're missing a bit of the easiness that your childhood summers had. You're really good at getting yourself up again, motivating yourself, bringing yourself into the positive space again. So I feel like this is quite soon after Leo season started. You will feel happy and uplifted again, and you really get out of that negative kind of thinking and feeling into a very much more stable place. So this is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is somebody who sometimes is a little bit overwhelmed but in general seeks to have a very balanced expression. And I feel like this is your goal, Aries, to be more balanced, to also be more balanced in general, since this is something that's a goal that you've been keeping with yourself for quite some time now. And I feel like this is the month where you really are, on the one hand, tested, and on the other hand, you really are given much more tenacity to really bring that into your life. But then again, Aries, sometimes when things are working in your favor, you kind of get up your high horse. Your ego sometimes makes you feel like you're above others, and this is the tricky part in the situation. If you manage to keep your ego at bay and to really keep it, watch what it does, watch your thoughts, watch your words, so that you don't come across as arrogant. But everything else followed by that is just, you can take these two together, is just very positive. 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. So from feeling content with yourself, being happy, being maybe a little bit smug, to being happy together with other people. So it does not only involve you, even if it might start out as a little bit of an ego ride, it will end up in a family ride that does involve others, and where others get to share your happiness. And if you're doing any project, if you're starting any project, may it be with family, may it be with your kids, your friends, make sure that that is the main focus, the thing you're focusing on. Don't overdo it. Don't overwork yourself. This is the time towards the end, or the high peak point of the season. That's where temperance is a thing, where balance is a thing, where you really need to not overwork yourself, overexpose yourself, overbook yourself. Keep it balanced, because if you don't, there's a tendency or a likeliness that you might get sick, that you might feel uninspired, that you might feel a little bit depressed and depleted. And that is not something, Aries, that you deal with well. Maybe if you look at the Temperance card, and then maybe you can avoid this one here. But if you have fallen off the horse, here's your chance to get up back on it. I feel these two are quite similar in their way of showing up, is focus on the one thing. Bring that one thing to the ground. Bring that one thing up into the materialistic realm, so to say, the haptic thing, something you can touch. Make it a real thing, and focus on that. And while you focus on that, there might be people out here who feel like you haven't had enough time for them, who feel a little bit neglected. This might happen, but in general, I would feel like this is something you handle well anyway, but just be prepared that some people may really want more attention than you've given them in the recent days or weeks.